Aztec sun god. Okay, plays e4. It's time for the French. Aztec sun god. Okay. So far, mainline French. White has choices: developing the knight, pushing the pawn, the two main ones. The knight can go here or here. There are other moves too. There's funny gambit lines in the French. Okay, this is the advanced variation when he pushes the pawn. And the early moves are quite simple. You just counterattack the center for black. Early moves for black are easy. Just pile up on the center. So I kind of like I like it when white plays the advanced variation because you have a simple strategy. And you don't mind if he takes this pawn. Excuse me. If he takes this pawn because you'll take back with your bishop and get a nice developing move in. And then you can kick the bishop. If he takes the knight, his center is secure, but he's given up the bishop pair. So there's something to be said for that. So taking with the pawn, I think, is a good idea. You can quickly develop this bishop outside the pawn chain. And you also have this exchange here where you can take and then you can push this pawn forward. Just got to be careful there's no check here that's going to cause me difficulty. The queen comes out here and checks the king, and if this pawn is pushed forward, and that can be awkward if you don't have a bishop in place to block it. But if I had a bishop here, I think it would be okay. So we'll bring the bishop out first, and then we will push this pawn forward to c4. I'm neglecting my kingside development, so I don't know if this is actually a good way to play. It seems a bit risky. We'll see if he finds a way to punish me. Knight here, maybe. Well, I could always play here with the check, I guess. He could bring the bishop out. Oh, but he didn't want to go there. That was not his plan. Okay. Oh, he's just bringing the knight over to block the bishop so he can castle. Okay, let's develop my knight. And I could put the knight up here, put more pressure on the center. And he never took the bait in terms of biting right by taking this pawn. Never bit. So let's take it and then develop the bishop out here somewhere, or maybe just develop the bishop and castle. Actually, I'm kind of threatening that pawn, aren't I? Because this knight is sort of pinned. Okay, he unpinned. He noticed that. Okay, so we can put pressure on that knight like so. If the knight moves, we can take here with check. So he defends, and then we can castle. And let's see if I'm going to run into trouble here. I don't see a problem. Queen is defending this pawn, so it actually means I could play f6 here. It's a possibility. No, his queen's hitting it, so I can't do that. I could take the knight first, and then move my queen somewhere. I could move my queen here right away, but he hits it with the rook. Go here. Okay, he is threatening this, I guess. If I play up here, yeah, and he takes en passant, I could actually take back with the rook and defend the pawn here. And that also defends against the bishop coming here. He can get a third piece attacking here, but it'll take a move or two. He's got to get the bishop out of the way. And bishop moves, I can take the knight. Of course, he could move the bishop to attack my rook, but then I could pin the bishop. And his knight would still be hanging. This pawn would be hanging. But this would be hanging too. Okay, so let's push this pawn forward. The knight has to move, right? Then I can take the bishop. Sort of depends on where the knight goes, I guess. Yeah, he went there. Oh, okay, so he is going to take back with the knight, I guess. Ah, no, he's going to mate me. Okay, that's true, that's true. I shouldn't allow myself to be mated. Let's hit the queen. Defend against the mate. Okay, now I could push this pawn and try and get his bishop to move to a worse square. And then put some pressure on the knight. And where's the bishop going to move? I take it if it goes here, so it's going back here. Okay, now I put the bishop here. He takes this pawn, I take this one. God, it's nice to have those two bishops. They are doing a good job for me, it seems, at the moment. Yeah, so he jumped in there with the knight. Let's see. Yeah, let's start pushing this pawn forward then. Bishop and rook defend that pawn. I wonder how close we are to trapping the queen. Bishop here, queen here or here. Knight went back there, huh? Oh, yeah, temporarily it can go there. But, I mean, I'm threatening this again. I see, just goes there. Uh-huh. Okay, pin that knight. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. Make sure this pawn is well secured. Just need to mainly move quickly, make sure I don't lose the bishop. I think he could have just taken the pawn. But we're both getting low on time. I have a nice fork here now. Not anymore, but can't I just push these pawns home? And that's checkmate. Well, that was that was a tense game at the end, but a nice start here. Let's see if we can get a rapid game. Yeah, it was a pretty strong opponent to have defeated. That's nice. Okay, about equally rated in this Blitz rating. Let's see, I did e6, so let's do knight f6. A little variety here. The old Alekhine's defense. Advik Saxena, 3108. Okay, that is a move, I guess. Could be intending to kick the knight again. Yeah, drive it over here. So this is a formation. Let's see, could go with the 3 pawns attack. 4 pawns attack, I mean, or he could take, which is the way I play it when I have white. Get those big pawns in the center, and then the exchange wants to weaken black's center. So black in this position would like to get in e5 perhaps. But it's not so easy. The bishop could come out and pin the knight, or this bishop could fianchetto. It's a bit premature, I think, to bring this knight out. Gets kicked right away, and if it runs here, the knight chops it off. So let's go with the fianchetto strategy. Let's try this. I want to get castled and get the rook protecting the queen. So if this file opens up quickly, I can at least take back with the rook if someone grabs my queen. So he's defending here, which it's interesting. It's not yet really under attack. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can get in that e5 move now. Yeah, white is not doing anything to prevent it. So pawn to e5. He takes, I take, and the knight is on it. It's defended. And this file opened up, but his knight is on this square. And so the queens won't get traded immediately. My knight will be here. It could get kicked, but it could jump here. And I could bring this bishop out to attack this pawn. I like this. Let's see if it works. At first blush, it appears good. I have neglected my queenside development, so do have to be extra cautious there. Isn't some immediate attack here? Oh my, he did not take. I just assumed he would take. Let's see. So when I take, I guess his point is this is well defended. So now I could come out with the knight. He pushes, and the knight could come back here. Let's pile up pressure on the center. If he pushes, the knight can go here, and I can expand this way on the king side. Looks like it might be interesting. The other knight could go. Oops, let's get rid of some of the paint. If this pawn were forward, the other knight could come here to here. So instead of pushing, he defended it. So he's kind of determined to hold on to his center there. If I kick this knight, where is it going? Here, I guess. And I could kick the bishop. Yeah, pawn forward to kick the knight, then pawn forward to kick the bishop. The knight here, hitting some sensitive squares, but they're covered. Knight here, not possible. Here, not possible. Or going back, I kick the bishop and take the pawn, right? I guess, whoa, that's exciting. One thing I wasn't calculating was how about something striking on this diagonal that could be a problem. Oh, I see. He lured me into a fork. Interesting. Now, I don't have a way to attack his queen, do I? So it looks like I have to move my queen. Let's step over here. If he pushes this pawn forward, maybe I can get my knight up here. And checks on the diagonal can be met with the bishop coming out. Okay, so now let's take here. Yeah, just move the bishop out of the way. So I can take this pawn, and I'm a pawn up. He can put his bishop here or here. Or he could bring it in here, I guess. Guess we'll see what he wants to do. He's got the queen check. I bring the bishop out, and then he can take that pawn. When he takes this pawn, he'll be hitting this pawn as well. Just step aside then. Now I want to chase that queen away, I guess. That's one possibility. Bring this rook out. Put this rook here. Push this pawn forward. That's one idea. Let's see, I push immediately. Bishop takes. I could take here and threaten this pawn. I like that better. And I can really just take this rook. Or take the queen. So here's the point. I can grab the pawn, but then my rook is stuck here defending the bishop, and he can attack my he can attack my rook with his light squared bishop, right? If I take here, he could play bishop here, and I'd have to move the rook, and then I'd lose the bishop. So let's go somewhere with the bishop. That is useful. It'd be better if it was threatening. But, well, the immediate threat is I can just take this pawn anyway. I guess he can bring his bishop here to defend it. He moved it forward, so, so I take, there's a fork. Let's go here, hitting his bishop. He was just trying to get me in a trick, right? I had a rook here, and if I take here, he's got this. Gotta watch out for the little tricks. But if you can move one of the forkable pieces with tempo. Okay, now he's defending this. Yeah, I want to go with my knight here or here, huh? If I go bishop here, he takes this rook. Oh, he can't, actually. I go bishop here. He can't take the pawn. That's what I meant to say, with his rook. He doesn't take the pawn with his rook because his bishop is hanging. That forces his, and his rook, yeah, his rook can't continue to defend the bishop. So let's go ahead and grab the exchange. Now I can attack his rook again, and once again the rook cannot defend the bishop. He also has a back rank issue. And he resigned. Well, that was a nice game. It's good to win one. I've been losing a lot of my rapid games, and my rapid rating should be closer to 2,000, I think. So let's see if I can work it back up there, but it's nice to get this one win in. I think the rapid games go on longer, and I get a little bit tired towards the end, and I tend to slip up, or like the last time I lost on time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.